Welcome back to Veda's classes. Today we are going to learn the last part of this lesson, the living world, and in that we are learning about adaptations and classification. Till now, in part 1 and part 2, you have learned about adaptations of plants and animals, and in this part, this is a part 3, and in this part, you are going to learn about the classification of living world, in that animals and plants. But before that, we need to learn about the Darwin's theory of evolution. Okay, so as you know, a great scientist, Charles Darwin, a biological, studied numerous types of plants and animals and suggested that only those organisms are likely to survive which can best adapt themselves to a changing environment. Yes, so this is called the theory of survival of the fittest. Maybe you have heard about this word survival of the fittest, means you need to fit according to that environment. So it is nothing but survival of the fittest. So this is Darwin's first principle. Next, if an organism, if an organism is born with a new beneficial characteristic and is able to survive, this change is preserved in the next generation. So this is Darwin's second principle and is called the theory of natural selection. Okay, so in this natural selection, you will see about the means if an organism is born in a particular with particular beneficial characteristic and is able to survive in that changed environment. So this is nothing but natural selection, and natural selection has 5 steps. The steps are variation, inheritance, selection, time, and adaptation. And you can remember as VISTA, the abbreviation of these 5 steps. Okay, let's learn about classification of living organisms. Okay, before that I want to apologize about the vehicle sound. Please ignore. Okay, so we have 2 questions. Why are living things classified? Which are the criteria used for classification of plants and animals? Why are these living things classified? Because it is very difficult to study and remember all the organisms in this diverse living world. Yes, we can see everywhere different types of plants and animals, and it is very difficult to study them, okay, and to remember. So it is important to classify them. So different scientists have used different criteria and independently classified plants and animals. Okay, so a hierarchy. So here the word hierarchy is nothing but organization of particular plant, particular animal or person according to their importance, according to their ranks and labels. So a hierarchy is formed in the classification which starts with kingdom Animalia, which regards to animals, or kingdom Plantae, which regards to plants. And these kingdoms further, they have further groups and subgroups are formed depending upon their basic similarities, which has similar characteristics and differences. So this is called the hierarchy of classification. So here in this table you can see they have given the example, they have given the classification of mango, that is a plant, and human, that is an animal. So let's see one by one. Mango, it has kingdom Plantae, phylum Anthophylla, class Dicotyledon, order Sapindales, family Anacardiaceae, genus Magnifera, species Indica. So whenever we are saying a scientific name of plant or animal, we need to consider only its genus and species. If you want to say a scientific name of mango, you need to say just Magnifera indica. And about human has kingdom Animalia, phylum Chordata, class Mammalia, order Primates, family Hominidae, genus Homo, and species Sapiens. So scientific name of human is Homo sapiens. So don't worry about these words. You will learn about these words under the hierarchy. You will learn in your next standard. So right now just remember hierarchy of classification, why it is important. That for better understand better understanding, to study, okay, to better study and to remember easily. Binomial nomenclature by Carl Linnaeus. Okay, so what he said, if suppose you are a teacher and in your class there are two Kabir or two Kiran are there, okay, and they have different, obviously they have different surnames. So whenever you are calling Kabir, what you have to say means the other Kabir should be not get confused, right? So you need to say Kabir Shah here given or Kabir said, right? So what he wanted to say here, Carl Linnaeus is wanted to say here, you need to take the surname of the particular person, right? So it's nothing but if suppose there are two plants or two animals. Binomial means two. Bi means two. If suppose you wanted to say a particular plant, you need to say its genus and species. Genus must be same for every plant. For example, take example of mango, and the mango's genus is Magnifera. But we know in the market or in the environment or in the nature, yes, we have so many varieties of mangoes. But can you say Magnifera indica for each and every mango? No. Yes. So every variety has different species. For more information, I wanted to say here, Magnifera has 40 species, right? It has 40 species. So you cannot say Magnifera indica for each mango. So according to binomial nomenclature by Carl Linnaeus, we need to take consideration of whenever we are giving a scientific name, we need to say its genus and species. Okay, so here you can see one table. So it is giving about the living things and their scientific name. First, one is the dog and its scientific name is Canis lupus familiaris. Cow, Bos taurus, Hibiscus rosa sinensis, jowar, sorghum bicolor. Again, you know about jowar. Jowar has so many varieties, not only jowar, wheat, maize. Yes, so they have so many varieties. According to their varieties, we cannot say for every variety jowar. Yes, the variety of jowar, we cannot say sorghum bicolor. Okay, so here what you have to remember according to Carl Linnaeus, so you need to give a nomenclature to such things, such plants or animals according to their what is their genus and species. So you need to consider genus and species whenever you are giving scientific names to the living things. So here in this way we have finished 7th standard lesson, the living world, and in that we already learnt about adaptations, and here in this part we have learnt about the classification. Thank you for watching. You can comment about the channel and the videos. Thank you so much.